everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a book review and discussion of A Princess Theory by Alyssa Cole. I'm not going to hold this up because it's just going to go to sleep because it's my Kindle on my iPad, so it's just going to go to sleep. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and hit that bell notification button so that way you never miss anything. So let's dive into this. I'm actually going to pull up my notes because there's some names in here that I need to remember, right? There's some names I need to remember. Well, let me find my notes. Anyway, A Princess Theory by Alyssa Cole is one written by a black author. It has black characters and African characters. We're going to go with and African characters. And it's kind of like a Prince and the Pauper, but not. I know there's always some other book or movie that I can never remember. I haven't been able to remember the title to like share it. So yeah. So I can't remember. But anyway, so A Princess Theory follows Naledi. She goes by Letty, which I'll call that for the rest of the day, the rest of the movie, the rest of the video. All right. But it follows Letty. Letty is in New York. She's getting her master's right now in some science. I want to say microbiome or epidemiology, something like that. And she's getting her master's right now. Letty's parents died when she was young, so she was in and out of foster homes, and she had no next family. She was in and out of foster homes, and basically after the age of 18, she was able to make it on her own, make it to college, make it to grad school, on scholarships and working and just basically doing everything for herself. When one day she starts getting these emails, and the emails go something like this. You know what? I'll just actually read the very beginning to you because I can't. And so, it says, Dear Miss Smith, of course her last name is Smith, it says, I hope that my letter finds you well. I, Lakotsi, I'm going to go with Lakotsi Adalele, assistant to His Royal Highness, have sought you out high and low over the last few months at the behest of the most exalted and most curious Prince Thabiso. He has tasked me with finding his betrothed, and I believe I have succeeded. It is you. Because our prince is magnanimous, kind, and understanding, he is willing to cleanse the festering wounds of the past and allow them to heal. In order to aid in this process, please send the following verifications of identity: a scan of your license, passport, or other form of ID, up-to-date medical records. So she starts receiving emails like this, and they are persistent. They email her all the time, every day, and she doesn't send them back. She's like, spam, scam. What kind of mess is this? Are we really still falling for the, hi, I'm the African prince, and I am here to ask for money because my nation is coming down, and just send a donation of $1 million, and you can really help this African village become better. Are we doing that still? We're not doing that. And so she deletes them, till finally she sends her last response, and it basically says, F off, right? So she goes on about her life, and she has a job at the college's cafeteria, or dining hall, I should say, her dining hall, which does apparently actually involve waiting tables in their dining hall. I never had a dining hall in my school where there was anybody waiting tables. Buffet style, all the way. But anyway, so waiting tables, and she is supposed to get this new hire to come in and help on the same night that they have this big event coming in for some of the hot shots and some of the big wigs, right? So she's panicking. She has to work with someone who is just annoying and is only doing it for, I guess, the money. But he's one of those starving artists type. Just very broody, very, you see this salt? This salt is the meaning of my life. It is in everything, but it is nothing. You like that? That was right off the top of my head. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, and so she's working with one of those types, and then finally he gets fed up and just leaves. Doesn't even tell her he's leaving. She turns around and she's gone. She's alone on this catering event for like 20 people, right? And so then this apparently really handsome man comes in And she just assumes that this really handsome man is her new hire. And so she's like, okay, cool, you're here. Ready? Let's get started. Let's get to work. And he's like, who are you talking to like this? She's like, aren't you my new person? And he's like, yeah, my name is Jamal. Jamal, I think, is what he goes with. Just like that, though, with the faces. And so he tries to be a cater waiter, and basically he fails miserably and makes her job a lot harder, including almost burning the place down, and it's just awful. And then on top of that, he was rude to her, talked down to her during all of this, like he's not the one looking for her job. So basically she fires him at the end of the night. Then next thing she knows, this same person whom she randomly saw at her dining hall is now living down the hall from her. Right? Random, scary. Haven't seen him in her life, and now this person is living down the hall. Yep. So, if you haven't figured it out, which I'm guessing you have, this man is the Prince Thabiso. But he has decided to go by Jamal and not let her know that he's a prince, because for once in his life he gets to not act like a prince, and so he's not going to act like a prince. And so he starts to flirt with her, gets to know her. They try and cook together, which really results in her cooking because he's never cooked for himself in his life. And basically they start to get to know each other, and they kind of start to fall in love, if not in like with each other. Until she gets invited to an event by her best friend, which is some big formal event for all the black people, all the affluent black people in the New York area. And it is a fundraising event. And it turns out that this event is for this nation of Thessalo. The nation she's never heard of. But she has heard of it in her emails. And she's like, this can't be true. This can't be real. Right? No. But she goes anyway because her master's is on the line because of some unforeseen events that I just won't talk about here because you should read the book. And she needs to find a new mentor. Mentor is not the right word, but it's the word I've got right now. She needs to find a new, basically, work project for her master's. And she can do that by networking. Words are not hard. Words are hard today. She can do that by networking at this event. So she goes with her best friend and her best friend's family, and plus a night of free fancy food, right? Can't turn that down. We're poor. We're in school and we're poor. And next thing she knows, everyone sits down to this event. And this Jamal, whom she's been hanging out with, walking through the park, showing New York, showing subways, next thing she knows, this man, Jamal, is walking on stage saying that he is Prince Thabiso from Thessalo. And her world is like, whoa, mind blown. Oh, no, 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 no. I need to get up out of here. I need to get up out of here. This is a lie. This is all a lie. I gotta go. She storms out. She's gone. No, and he's trying to chase after her. And so basically, her world turns upside down, and then for circumstances that they can't get out of, or for unforeseen circumstances, she ends up having to go to his country. And I'm going to leave it at that, because that's even more of an adventure. Yeah, but you should read it. It was good. I enjoyed it. I think I read it in a day because I had that kind of time that day. It was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Let's see. It's definitely a lighthearted romance, and so I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I'm looking at my notes. But I loved in here that Letty was a woman with a career and goals, and she was focused on them. She wanted to work for them and work hard for them, and she wasn't going to let anybody stand in her way of this. And so I absolutely love that in some of these, and most of the romances I read, there's a strong woman lead. But sometimes though, the women decide to drop their career paths for their man, and I'm glad that she never did that. That just made me happy. It still, though it was really cute, it still had this thing I'm coming to find out is is pretty common in romance. This like insta-love trope. I hope I'm using that word right. Trope. This insta-love trope. And I just... It's not my favorite thing, but I mean, hey, it keeps the book moving faster, I guess, instead of trying to get years of safe security before falling in love. I don't know. Whatever. There are connections between their past and present, and I like how that flows between them, and I like how that keeps connecting them to each other versus just two strangers and things like that. So I did enjoy that storyline, and I also enjoyed him as a male character. He wasn't after he kind of got his life handed to him, like, you ain't gonna talk to me like that, in the beginning, he got his act together and stopped trying to be this, like, chauvinistic prince. You know, he allowed her to have his time, tried to just be a normal human being, and never pressured her on any sort of thing he wanted or any sort of agenda that he needed and wanted, especially with his own problems back home. Because he does have his own problems back home. But I liked that he allowed her to just be whom she wanted to be and be whom she needed to be. So I did enjoy that about the book. I think I still gave it 4 stars. I mean, 5 stars is just 5 stars means you were just blown out of the water, but I give it 4 stars, and it's definitely a good one, and it's another Black romance written by a Black author with Black characters, featuring some strong African culture as well as the opposite end with the Black American culture. So I thought that also showed a lot. I think in the book it showed a lot of good crossover and tie over between the two, and how both cultures are different. Because sometimes I feel like we get lumped into one category no matter what. But definitely pick it up, definitely read it, add it to your TBR. I'm not saying it's a read it tomorrow type of thing or read it right now type of thing, but add it to your list, especially if you just need something to take the edge off of a book or things like that, or edge off of life. You just need something to hope for. This one's for you. This is for you. If you want to find your prince, this is for you. But anyway, that is it for me in this review. Please let me know if you've read it or if you read any more of Alyssa Cole's book. I actually got this by following, I actually decided to read this by following Shoshana, I believe, on Instagram. She posted in her stories and I was like, that sounds good. Screenshot mine. I'll pick it up later. And so tell me if you've read it, or anything like that. And because I kind of want to know. I want to know what you're thinking and what your thoughts and what I should read next, other than her next book, because it is like, it's not a series, but there's a continuation with her best friend. So yeah, I do want to read more, and I will read more when I get to it. But anyway, that is it for me, y'all. Don't forget to follow me on all social media. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as hit that bell notification so you never miss anything. And don't forget to follow me on all social media, where I talk about the books that I'm reading a lot more unpolished in my stories. So don't forget to follow me there, and don't forget to subscribe to my blog, where you'll see a nice written post about this. And until next time, keep turning the pages.